And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Thursday, August 15th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome on a Thursday. We're ready to get the show going. For Bates Ford this morning, 1780 Franklin Road. The dealer will trade for anything don't eat. Paul Tubbs is with us. Paul, good morning.
Good morning.
Paul is the general manager and been doing that for 24 years. Ronnie Kelly, who is in sales, is not here today. He's already at the fair, isn't he?
Yeah, he's heavily involved in the Wilson County State Fair, so he does a lot of time work out there. So he's out. Gave me a little text message early this morning, let me know that he was still helping out at the fair and would not make it today.
Well, where you want to start this morning?
We got a lot going on at Bates Ford. Ford's done a really good deal on these new vehicles of getting some incentives, with the interest rates being up a little higher. Ford's come out with special interest on new vehicles. You've got a lot of 0% interest plus rebates. So, some of the things that we've got, a lot of the Ford transportation vehicles where we put the loaner vehicles out for customers, a lot of them have $4,000 rebates plus 0% interest. You got Edge, Escapes. So we've got several vehicles with a lot of great deals.
Well, people need to come and check them out. I guess you can get started on the internet, can't you?
Yeah, one of the easiest ways is to go on our website, www.tonybatesford.com. You can look at the vehicles on there. If there's something you see, certainly give us a call, and we'll have it pulled up front and nice and clean, ready for you to come look at it and take it on a test drive.
Well, of course, everybody's needs are not the same, and some want a new one, some want a good pre-owned vehicle, some want a $10,000 car if you can find it.
Yeah, we try to keep them. That's one thing that Tony and myself are very adamant about is them cheaper vehicles that somebody trades in. First thing we want to do is send them through the shop and make sure they're roadworthy and make sure the vehicle's good. We don't want to sell anything that's got problems or issues. So vehicles that we can get through and make sure that we can get them out on the lot, we'll try to sell them $10,000 to $15,000 vehicles. If it's something that doesn't pass our inspection, then of course we also send it to the auction and let somebody else have it.
Well, you do a lot of service, and we've continually talked about this, especially at your new location. You're able to accommodate so many more people a day. You've got more people actually doing service now. Well, we got 40 bays at the new facility. Our other shop had 22, so we've almost doubled our capacity of how many service bays we've got. So that's actually freed us up to be able to get more people handled. Our oil changes and tires, brakes, batteries, and stuff like that. People call a lot of times and ask for an appointment. I'm like, we do them on first come, first serve. We've got 10 guys that does nothing but oil change, brakes, batteries, tires all day long. And then, of course, recalls. I've got 12 guys certified just to do recalls. So if you get a letter in the mail from Ford and you got a recall, certainly give us a call. We can get on them really quick. One of the things that we've really gotten heavily into is this pickup and delivery. Shelley's done a really good job. If you've got a vehicle that you need serviced, and of course people are busy with time schedules and stuff going on nowadays, if you need somebody to come over and pick it up, we'll come get your vehicle, do the service, whether it's a recall, oil change, what it is, and then bring it back to you. So that service has really worked really well. Well, it's certainly a great convenience if that will work well for you, and it does for a lot of people. You've done that for some people here at the station. Yeah,
we've several times we've done MJ, and several people's called over here. Billy, we just come get your car, service it. You're here at work, bring it right back to you. So it's actually a huge convenience.
But Ford has been emphasizing that. I mean, they're really wanting you to push that, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a program through Ford where we're mandated actually to get a certain percentage of our service work every month. We have to do pickup and delivery and mobile service, so we try to stay on top of it and make sure that we meet them criterias.
Well, need to talk a little bit about tires and batteries, I guess.
Yeah, our tires, we've doing a great job. Tires, we probably put 6 or 7 sets on yesterday. Ford's meter beat anybody's price on tires. I always tell everybody, they ask how we can sell tires so cheap. Well, Ford buys a lot of tires from the manufacturers to put on their brand new vehicles, so they have the buying power for us to be able to buy them. They'll meter beat anybody's price on tires. When you buy a set of tires from Bates Ford, we'll give you lifetime rotation. Of course, when we put them tires on, that gives us a chance to look at your brakes, battery, hoses, make sure everything's in good shape. And if there's anything that needs any attention, we'll come let you know. On our oil change, we do a 5-quart oil change on a synthetic blend. Of course, I tell everybody, Toyotas, Nissan, some of them vehicles take full synthetic, so we can't do a $39.95 oil change if it's full synthetic, but a synthetic blended oil change up to 5 quarts we'll do for $39.95. And of course, my batteries, you're my testament. You had to get saved on a battery. Our Ford batteries are $179.95. They got a 3-year free replacement warranty, so if your battery goes bad within them 3 years, you get a free replacement, and then they prorate it up to 100 months. So after the 3 years, you still get money off that battery up to 100 months.
You have a really great deal on batteries.
Yeah, I think Ford.
Yes, it worked for me.
Yeah, I think Ford has the best battery in the market. I see people all the time go to parts houses and other places, and it's $250 for a battery. Ford's is $179.95. Most vehicles will put them in for free. Plus, you get that awesome warranty where it's 3 years free replacement, and then it's prorated up to 100 months.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us today. Hope you enjoy the fair if you get to go. Ronnie for sure is going to take advantage of that time. And, he'll probably sell a car too out there.
He'll live out there. So.
All right. See you next Thursday.
Thank you.
All right. Paul Tubbs, General Manager for Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road here in Lebanon, the dealer that'll trade for anything it don't eat. We're 10 minutes after the hour, and let me say as I introduce Dave Grimm with Reithofer Shows this morning. Dave, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. Great to be here.
Well, it is nice to have you, and I got a call from you yesterday, and let me just tell everybody, this is the third Thursday, and normally we have a guest from the city of Lebanon, and since we have 5 Thursdays this month, I asked them to come back in 2 weeks. We'll be talking about the gas department, but this is to accommodate Dave and let him come and tell about all the carnival. And Dave, this is not your first time. I think you've been here at least for the last 2 or 3 years with us, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to have you again. So appreciate Jeff Baines working with me and allowing you to be here. It starts this afternoon.
It does. The gates open at 5 o'clock, and the carnival will start right away at 5 o'clock as well. And it's going to be a big evening opening day. The weather today is just going to be spectacular.
And Reithofer Shows, we should talk about. You haven't always played the fair here. When it started, they begged anybody to come because we started so small back in whatever the year was, 79, I think. But in recent years, you're one of the biggest shows, I guess, in America, and you're able to come here, and we're able to have you come play the Wilson County Tennessee State Fair.
Well, we've been here 6 years now. We're just delighted to be the carnival provider at the fair. A lot of great things that are happening. We enjoy and look forward to working with people that are very forward-minded. And Randall Clemens, the president of the Fair Board, and their entire executive committee, and Helen McPeak are just outstanding people. And they're thinking big things for the future. They're getting ideas. They're changing all the time. And we really like that kind of attitude.
Well, I understand you have 60 rides at the fair.
That's a lot of rides. A lot of other fairs in America wish they had 60 rides, but the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair is going to have them. We're going to have about 24 kiddie rides. And now what's really special, Coleman, for the kiddie rides and the families and the moms maybe that are listening here this morning, is this is a special area of the fairgrounds just for the kiddie rides. They don't have to get mixed up with the teenagers or the adults. These families can go right to the kiddie rides. There's plenty of places to sit down. There's trees. It's just a really nice area. And then we're going to have 17 major rides, adult rides, 7 spectacular, and then 12 super spectacular rides. These are the biggest rides that the Reithofer family can buy. Most of them are coming from Europe, Italy, Germany, and Holland. They're building some great rides over there. And these super spectaculars will give the kids a real thrill.
You got a name of 2 or 3 of them?
We've got roller coasters. The Galaxy roller coaster is here, and then we've got a ride that it's like an A-frame. It goes back and forth, but this one goes all the way over 360 degrees. and that will just scare the bejeebers out of you. I'm not sure if you and I would want to get on that ride.
I know I wouldn't.
But there are plenty of young people that do, and it will be the talk of the town. We've got 2 Ferris wheels here. The Gentle Giant, which is 105 feet tall, and then we've got a second wheel at about 75 feet tall. And a ride that I saw in operation this morning, we were doing some filming out there at the fairgrounds at about 4 o'clock this morning, is everybody remembers the bumper cars. And I'm sure when you were young and I was young, we were riding the bumper cars. Right. It was one of my favorite rides. We have completely refurbished the bumper car. It's called Pit Stop, and we've got 16 new cars in the ride. We just got them from Italy. Also, Italy's turning out some great equipment over there at about $300,000 for these bumper cars. The lights on them are great. The seats are terrific. The driving is great. I can't encourage people enough. When you're at the fair this year, go on Pit Stop, the bumper cars. You'll have a great time.
All right, this is a good place for us to stop and take a break. We've got to here about a quarter past, but Dave Grimm is with us with Right Hopper Shows, and I think you do have maybe a special deal for opening day. We'll be wanting to talk about that when we come back. Okay, this is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get a regular oil change $39.95 up to 5 quarts of oil. Tax and disposal $17.80. Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. There is a couple of accidents getting some attention out here. What we're seeing right now is traffic developing over here, trying to get past the airport, coming through Hermitage, Donaldson on I-40. All that traffic's coming in right now from Wilson County. It's trying to load up there on 65 South in Millersville through that section of Sumner County, all the way down to Long Hollow Pike, building up through Brentwood, Franklin. Right now, it's all positive. 65 northbound up through Williamson County. Prince's Hot Chicken has 2 items on the menu, princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
And now, a moment of silence to remember our dear friend.
Sorry. Oh, man.
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. With a wide range of air conditioners, furnaces, and heat pumps, Rheem makes it easy to feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Middle Tennessee Electric has been a proud participant and sponsor of the Wilson County Fair for decades. MTE is the largest electric cooperative in the TVA region and serves more than 750,000 Tennesseans in 11 counties. August 20th is MTE Day at the fair. Middle Tennessee Electric will have numerous booths and demonstrations. Look for MTE's electric griddle trailer for free grilled cheese sandwiches, live hotline safety demonstrations, and get free ice cream from Shop Springs Creamery at MTE's Energy Hub trailer.
Are you thinking about buying a new home? Let A.G. & Johnson assist you with your new home search. From the first-time home buyer to the empty nester, we are experienced in all facets of the home buying process. We will be with you every step of the way. No matter if you are buying, selling, downsizing, or upsizing, we can assist you with your real estate needs. Call us at 615-444-0909 or find us online at agandjohnson.com or Facebook A.G. & Johnson Realty. A.G. & Johnson is your community's trusted realty and auction company.
We continue here on this Thursday morning. Dave Grimm is my guest, and he's the representative for Right Hopper Shows. He mentioned earlier 60 rides at the Wilson County, Tennessee State Fair, and 24 of those are kiddie rides. And then you've got major rides and spectacular rides and super spectacular rides. I like the way you categorize it.
If maybe there'll be a super spectacular ride sometime down the road. They're building some really great stuff, but we have to, when we get a ride that comes in from Europe or the United States, we're trying to find rides that we can put as much action on, maybe like one trailer to haul it down the road, because it costs a lot of money to truck the rides around the country. The big wheel that comes in, called the Gentle Giant, that takes 4 tractor trailers to haul that ride. So it's just a lot of expense just to move the show all around the country wherever we go.
And I noticed some of those did come in earlier and have been out there for a while, maybe even erected for the last few days.
The big wheel, a number of rides, especially the roller coasters, came in early. We were also playing the New Jersey State Fair, and they don't have as many rides at their fair because they just don't have the room to set up. I think we had about 30 rides up there. So we brought some of the bigger equipment in here early because it takes longer to set up. And like the Galaxy roller coaster could take about 4 days to set up. So we got the big stuff up, and then starting Monday, a lot of those rides came in from New Jersey to set the rest of the show up. And
you have to take your time and do it right, because I know safety is number one.
Safety is job one. This is a family operation, as all the carnival companies are in America, and their life revolves around the rides, and they want the family, the Right Offer family, wants to make sure that everybody is safe. So we have state inspectors in here inspecting all of the rides, and then every day of the fair, our own crew will be inspecting rides. There's a protocol they go through. There's a form that they have to fill out and have to sign off, and we're looking at safety all the time.
Dave, things have changed in the way that you buy tickets or get to ride. I remember when I was a little boy, each ride you just went and bought a ticket and handed it to whoever as you got on, and that's changed, and it is for the better, because you can do things quicker now. But most people get some sort of pay a price and get stamped, or how does that work?
Well, there's two things that have really changed a lot in the industry. The first one is the wristband that you're referring to. A lot of people get a wristband maybe when they go to a concert or things like that. But the Carnival wristband or armband is a very popular way, and it is the best way financially to get the best bang for your buck. So an armband or wristband here at the Wilson County Fair on Sunday through Thursday is only $25. That is a heck of a deal, the best deal going on in Tennessee for 60 rides. So for $25, you put that wristband on, you purchase that, then you can go on as many rides as you want, whether they're kiddie rides or adult rides. So if you happen to go on 25 rides, that's only $1 a ride. Mm-hmm. If you had to buy that ride individually, it might be anywhere from $4 to $6 a ride. So it's a great deal. I highly encourage it. On Fridays, it will be $30, and on Saturdays, it will be $35. But that is a heck of a deal. No better deal in America.
Well, you do this all the time, and I'm sure you've got it down to a science as far as purchasing and the way that you get on the rides and the whole thing.
Now, the other thing that this has really become the big deal, which started here, I believe it was last year, is we're now going to electronic ticketing. In the old days, you would come up to a ticket booth, and there would be a person in that booth, and the prices would be there, and you would have to talk to that person and exchange money, things like that. Not anymore. You can do it electronically, touch-tone screens. We take credit cards or we take cash. The machine will even spit the wristband out, and you actually can put the wristband on yourself. And it is such a good way to do it. It's excellent recording and accounting for us in the show business. It's faster for the customer. It's extremely accurate. And we will have customer service agents wherever these boxes are at. We call them kiosks, electronic kiosks, and we'll have people there to help folks if they may be new to it. Those that have come for a number of years already know how to use them, especially the young people. They're very good at touch-tone screens.
Right. Well, I want to mention something, point out again something you mentioned earlier, and that is the fact that the kiddie rides are off to themselves in a at least to the side of where the bigger rides are, which makes it very convenient.
It is really nice. And the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair, has a beautiful kiddieland area. There are trees, there's grass, there's plenty of benches for people to sit down. It is one of the best kiddielands I've seen anywhere in America. And we'll have about 24 rides there. And so families can go there. Mom and dad can sit down while the kids are on the ride, because we all like to take a break. And everybody will really enjoy it. It's top shelf.
Well, I see you've got the 60 rides listed on a sheet of paper here for me this morning, and one of the major rides is one that, well, two of them that I can remember from my youth, of course, the merry-go-round and the tilt-a-whirl. They haven't changed much in 80 years.
They haven't. We continue to refurbish them, but they're very popular because the merry-go-round, or carousel, as it's sometimes referred to, people of all ages can go on the carousel. People of all ages can go on the Ferris wheel or the giant wheel. So there are certain rides on there that will accommodate, like I said, people of all ages, and that's a good thing. But
at the same time, when something new comes out, you're one of the first to have it and to bring it to us, and especially these teenagers that like these wild rides, they can't get enough of them, I guess.
Yes, we're still living in a country where people like to have a lot of thrills. And, really, in the cost of doing things today, not everybody can afford to go to the big theme parks, especially Disney. I used to hear people tell me, well, it's $7,000 or $8,000, $9,000 to take my family there for 4 or 5 days, where you can come to the fair for a couple of days and have a blast for not very much money at all. The county fairs and the state fairs in America are the best value any entertainment that I know of.
I'll talk about you for a little bit here this morning, because you've come out here and been on the program here for the last few years, and it's certainly nice to see you. You live in Ohio?
I do. Western Ohio, big corn and soybean growing area.
You wouldn't happen to be a Cincinnati Reds fan, would you?
I became a Reds fan when I was in college at Ohio State. I went down and I did some sports photography, and that happened to be during the big red machine time.
In the 70s.
And what a thrill that was.
Yeah. Well, they won last night, so I'm wearing red. They beat the Cardinals 3 in a row, and that's unusual.
Now, at the northern part of the state, the Cleveland Guardians, the old Indians, they're having a very good year. They're first in their division. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They both have beautiful ballparks. And there, of course, one is at the northern part of the state, and one is at the southern part of the state.
How'd you get to do what you're doing?
Well, my dad was a county agent, a county agricultural agent that called the Extension Service that all states had, a very big program that handled agriculture and home economics and 4-H for many, many years. And I used to go with my dad to the county fair. And that's he would take me along. He would judge maybe the fruits and the vegetables and the grains, things like that. And I would go out and maybe go on some of the rides or sit on the tractors. And I always had a good time. So I followed his footsteps a little bit and was in the College of Agriculture at Ohio State. But I made a move after college that I got into the event business and association management business. And one of the big sports that was coming on strong in the 1970s was tractor and truck pulling. Mm-hmm. So I became the executive director of the National Tractor Pullers Association worldwide, and had a great time with that, and that really whetted my appetite to the entertainment business.
Well, we're certainly glad to have you today. We got about 2.5 minutes left this morning, so maybe to kind of recap, the Reithoffer Show is playing the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair with 60 rides and 24 more of those are kiddie rides. So you little boys and girls can have a great time there. The major rides, spectacular and super spectacular, comprise the rest of the 60, and there's really something there for everybody as far as rides go.
There really is, and the fair overall, this is just one of the greatest fairs in America, and we're so pleased to work with the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair Management, their board of directors. They're doing great things here, and we just encourage folks to come out for a couple of days at the fair. There's so much to see and do.
Okay, and rides themselves, you've got $25 for the most part.
$25 today. Yep, and it'll be a $30 on Fridays, and Saturdays will be $35, and so that's those are great prices. Can't get a better deal than that. That's the wristband. Now, if people don't want to go on, or maybe they only want to go on a couple of rides, you can buy single tickets to go on those rides. You don't have to buy a wristband, but the wristband is the best deal going if you like to ride.
And especially in family situations where you have youngsters or you have teenagers that are going to ride all they can, that one is the way.
There is no better deal in America.
Well, it's sure nice to have you and to know that. And again, we can't say too much about Ride Hoffer shows because I mean, safety, as you said, is job one, and you've got a great track record there. You've got enough people to take care of what needs to be done here, and so we're just all looking forward to having this and all the rest at the fair this year.
By the way, Coleman, this is their 128th year of doing this business.
How about that?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dave, thanks so much for coming out this morning. Good to see you. I know you don't stick around too long. You'll be heading out of town somewhere else, wherever you're going to be locating next, I guess. But good to have you here in Lebanon, and thanks for coming on this morning.
Coleman, thank you.
That is part one of Coleman and Company. We've got more. We hope you'll keep it right here at FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank Absolute Kubota. They have a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator plus 0% financing going on now until the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's loading up pretty good now with more volume on 24 going westbound. Right out of Murfreesboro, Rutherford County headed up through the Antioch area. Here passing OHB. It's crowded now over here by the airport with that volume on 40 going westbound there at Donaldson Pike, and all that traffic being pushed in right now from Wilson County headed towards Nashville. It's been quiet so far as problems out there in Dixon County. Let's keep it that way down I-40. Hey, whether you need a new roof repair, roof inspection, make it independent roofing specialist. They're online, irsroofs.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
It's time for the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair, August 15th through the 24th. WANT FM 98.9 will broadcast live from our WCOR radio station in Fiddler's Grove, both Thursdays and Saturdays, and Monday night, too. Our broadcast is brought to you by Burdine Supply, Exit Rocky Top Realty, C&D Team, Re-elect City of Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell, MTE, Newman Dental Associates, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, and Wilson County Motors.
We'll have mostly sunny and hot conditions for today with highs in the lower 90s. Partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms tonight, lows in the lower 70s. Chance of showers and storms will continue for our Friday, highs in the lower 90s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your Severe View forecast, I'm Drew Richards.
And again, we say good morning and welcome to part two of Coleman and Company. It's a Thursday. Time for us to talk about A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main in Lebanon. Right now, Helene Cash is with us and here by her lonesome, but good morning.
Good morning. They're trusting me today.
Nice to see you, of course, and nice to have somebody to represent A.G. & Johnson, where that phone number is
615-444-0909.
And you'll find the website too. A lot of information there, www.agandjohnson.com. Well, I don't know where Jay is this morning, or Hayden.
Special assignment.
Okay, that's good enough. But you do have a couple of auctions to talk about.
We sure do. This Saturday, we will be out on Old Hunters Point Pike North. We are selling 1.5 acres, well, just over 1.5 acres. It is beautiful, Coleman. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, mobile home, but the land is amazing. So it's a great starter home. It's a great downsize home, and on these 1.5 acres, picturesque acres out there. So you should come out and join us if that's something you're interested in. And that's this Saturday, right there on the north side of town, just past Carroll, Oakland.
Yes, 3-bedroom mobile home, 16 by 77, 20
It's
by 20
large.
carport.
Yes, it's a large mobile home, single wide.
outbuildings.
Yep, but it's large, and the land is just absolutely beautiful. I was just meandering out there the other day, taking some people around. It's just absolutely stunning.
Well, that starts what, promptly at 10 o'clock?
Promptly at 10 o'clock on Saturday. So you'll still have plenty to do on Saturday, but just come out and join us. And then the following week, we'll just touch on this out on Rocky Road in Midtown. It's modern brick home, 3 bedrooms, 2-bath, bonus room. This is another sharp little place out there. Single level living with just a little rec room, but it's single level living, 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a 2-car garage. And that's the following Saturday. So,
Well, I think this is if A.G. and Johnson. I know you do a lot of things. You do just about anything that pertains to real estate and auctions and this sort of thing. But maybe auctions you do better than anything else. I don't know. Maybe
we're just really good at real estate, whether it's the traditional route or auctions, but we're really good at real estate, whether it's land, commercial, residential, multifamily. That's what we specialize in. We're really good at it.
Yeah. Well, you've got somebody that can help you. There's a number of people who are affiliated with A.G. & Johnson, and there's got to be somebody that can help you.
Can help you with your specialty, what your needs are. Absolutely. But I'm going to say right now, we're busy in real estate, all of us, but this week, starting today, is the fair, Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
So we're focused on real estate. We're focused on your real estate needs, whether it's land, it's residential, it's commercial, it's multi-unit, whether you want to upsize or downsize, whatever your needs are. But we're also, this afternoon, everybody's heading out to the fair. The doors open, the fair grand opening today is at 6 p.m. and then the parade's at 7. So we're all going to have fun at the Wilson County Fair, Tennessee State Fair. There's lots of opportunity to have a good time. One of my favorite things is we have a new sky ride this year.
Yeah.
Have you heard about it?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. I can't wait to experience it.
Oh.
There's so many fun new things happening out there and so many traditional things. Some of my favorites are the FFA ham breakfast, a 4-H picnic. There's over 60 rides. In the expo building are the competitions, which are always my favorite. Then I'll slide right into the PIC TN building and have a good time in there and get all the PIC TN products. Farmer's breakfast, the chamber breakfast for the old timers. Did you see who the old timers are this year, Coleman?
I know.
I think you know them.
Odell and Linda Bain.
Yep. Then Dallas and Lillian Plumley and Joyce Sampson.
Right.
You know, I know all of them, and I'm so excited for all of them to be honored. Monday night is the farm to table dinner. We're sold out. I'm thrilled for us to be sold out again. So we keep growing it every year. It's the 2nd year for the farm to table dinner. Let me see. There's so many great things. Century Farm Lunch, Farmer's Breakfast. So there's many great things happening for our community.
Well, since you're talking about all of this, we did have the Chamber of Commerce on last week, and they've got a chamber building they're going to have over in Fisher
Isn't that
Grove.
amazing?
Yeah.
So that's their first year. And then the old timers are going to be honored at the chamber breakfast.
Right.
So the chamber is so heavily involved with the fair volunteers. So it's an amazing community to support the Wilson County Fair and the Tennessee State Fair. So it takes a lot of volunteers to make this happen.
And just what are you doing there? I mean, do you have a presence, some sort of thing for A.G. & Johnson, or
for A.G. & Johnson, for myself, for the community? So we are present. We do a lot. I've put in a lot of my fair hours already, and then with the farm to table dinner, I'll be present with that, and then you'll just see me enjoying the fair and eating lots of fair food.
do you get Jay out there for a little while?
He'll be out there. He'll be contributing some time. And then I hear that MJ will be out there Monday, Thursday, 4 to 6, and then Saturday 10 to 12. So we'll be able to hear the broadcast.
Yeah, right. Well, it all starts about 5 o'clock today.
It all does, but we'll also remind you to come out and see us on Saturday at Old Hunters Point Pike North at 10 a.m., and then you'll have plenty of time to hit the fair afterwards.
All right. A.G. and Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main in Lebanon. And Helene, anything else you got for us this morning?
But if you want to give us a call at 615-444-0909, we'll be able to answer any of your questions or help you with any of your real estate needs.
All right. And don't forget the auctions this Saturday at 10 o'clock, 915 Old Hunters Point Pike on Saturday, August 24th, 140 Rocky Road.
That's right.
That's the big news this morning. And thank you. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you, Coleman.
All right. We are about 22 before the hour. And let me introduce Susie James this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a big day.
Well, I think we've had
we're good. I'm happy to be here.
Miscommunication or whatever, but
I thought I was your scheduled guest.
I tell you what we'll do. I'll talk with you a little bit. We'll go to a break a little bit early, and we'll see if we can get him on the phone. How's that? But I just thought, since you're here, we are carrying the Titans, and they won their preseason game last week. Have another one coming up,
Saturday night at 6 o'clock is the kickoff.
So that means we have football instead of Fred Anthony, I guess.
That's right. Yes, yes. Fred is alive and well. We have just bumped him for a couple of weeks through these preseason games.
And what about Lebanon High football?
Excuse me. It starts next Friday night, the 23rd. I can't tell you who I could grab the schedules in the lobby, but I can't reach them from here.
But I was wondering about that. I should keep up better, but it's hard to keep up with everything. But we know that Coach Gentry's going to put a good team out there on the field. He always does, and of course we carry those games, their regular season games, each week.
We do, and we've got the same longtime broadcast crew. We're real proud of that. Tommy Bryan and his crew will be broadcasting live from the stadium, and then we do follow that. We have the scoreboard show that John Boyce has been hosting. That goes 12 weeks. We extend that a couple of weeks past the regular season because there's always somebody in the county, hopefully multiple people, that are still in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. Well, all of this is something to keep in mind, and part of the way we do our best to serve the community here. And there are a lot of ways to serve, sports being one of them.
Well, we'll talk about tonight's fair broadcast too. But the main thing that's happening today, the biggest thing there is it's Gordon's birthday.
Oh, really?
Gordon Nice is 7 today. So there is nothing else going on in the world.
Happy birthday, Gordon.
Yes,
if you're listening.
yes.
Even if you're not, happy birthday anyway.
Well, and we've got 4 days of celebrations.
That's your grandson.
Grandson. Sorry about that. Chelsea's.
For those who might not know, there are a few that might not know.
How could you not know?
He is such a, I don't know how to describe him, but he's so inquisitive. He wants to know about everything, and he knows about so much. Just talk to him.
He knows a lot, yes, and a lot he'll tell you. He'll share with you. He'll correct you.
Told me some fishing stories. You went to your brother's pond, I believe.
Yes, over the weekend we took Gordon, who's 7, and his little brother William is 3, and we went fishing to my brother's farm in Trousdale County, and he feeds those fish most every afternoon. So there were not a lot of skills required, but they caught more than 30 fish. We think about 35 in less than an hour. I could not get them off the hook quick enough and put a fresh worm on for him to drop the line again. I'm going to get bumped now, aren't I?
Do we need to go to the telephone? All right, let's go to the telephone. All right, who's there? Good morning.
Morning.
Tim, is this you?
Yes.
This is he.
All right, Tim Leeper, good morning to you. We're going to be talking to you on the telephone this morning instead of live in studio. And Susie, thanks for filling in a few minutes here.
Good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
Let me just, maybe I shouldn't, but a little personal tidbit about Tim. I was able to see him for just a minute Saturday night. He and his lovely bride, and looked like a model walking down the steps. They can be in a magazine, but so happy for you. He and Sue and Bone were married in a lovely ceremony, and we got to see them at the reception, and just so happy for all of them and their families, and hope they'll be blessed for the rest of their lives.
Well, we're glad to be able to talk to you, and I guess we should just say Tim Leeper Roofing and Mama's Metal Roofing, which we talk about with you from time to time. I hope you're staying fairly busy and having a rewarding summer.
Yeah, it's been busy this year. We've had a fair amount of rain this year, even though it's been dry the last few weeks. We're supposed to get a little rain tomorrow, but it's fair time, so anytime the fair's come up, we got rain in the forecast at least.
Well, that's something you have to, being a roofer, you have to pay a lot of attention to the weather and what is anticipated. If it's going to rain in the next hour, you don't want to be getting started up on a roof. So, and we've never talked much about that. You do watch the weather a lot as a roofer, don't you?
Oh yeah, I have to. It's one of those things when you're doing a tear off on somebody's house, and the weather all week is 20 and 30%. That's not enough for you not to do a tear off on a house. So you're going to have somebody's roof wide open, and you've got to watch not only the what the forecast is, but what the real time radar is doing, because pop up showers, they can come out of anywhere, and so We've been, years ago, we were, caught in one of those, but, we had tarps on the roof. But, to scramble, running across the roof with tarps, when you're tarping somebody's house, that's not a very good feeling. And so we try to watch for those things and tear off smaller sections when there is chances for rain. But that doesn't mean that you get to not work that day, because if we didn't work every time we watched, Bill Hall and he said it was going to rain, we'd never make a living.
Right. We understand that. And but it is something you certainly are aware of, and if it's going to come a monsoon, you prepare for that as well. Well, Tim, hold on here. We need to take a break, and Tim Leeper with Tim Leeper Roofing and Mama's Metal Roofing is with us. We'll talk some more after we go to a break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford and the low price tire guarantee on all tires every day. Up to 30 days after the sale, there'll be any competitor's pricing on the tires they sell. 1780 Franklin Road. Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We're seeing this heavy traffic out here in a couple of spots. Line 24 westbound coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County up through Antioch. There's a few accidents still getting some attention. One there in South Nashville, 1200 block of Antioch Pike. It remains heavy southbound 65 over here at Trinity Lane. There's still a lot of flow coming in from Wilson County right now into Hermitage on 40 going west all the way to Donaldson Pike. Prince's Hot Chicken has new items on their menu. Check them all out today. Order online. It's easy. PrincesHotChicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
Are you facing a challenging time that you need help navigating? Well, look no further than your local law firm of Kane and Crowell. At the offices of Kane and Crowell, we understand the complexities that come with family law matters. Whether you're going through a divorce, working through child custody or support matters, or needing a will or trust drafted to protect your family assets for future generations. Kane and Crowell, 615-784-4800. Your local leaders in family law matters.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford. Have I got some exciting news for you? Bates Ford's moved into our new location at 1780 Franklin Road. That's right, Bates Ford's at 1780 Franklin Road, just off Hartman Drive and Interstate 40. We've got a much larger selection of vehicles to choose from, a state-of-the-art double-sized service department. So come see us at 1780 Franklin Road. That's Bates Ford, 615-444-8221. Bates Ford, the dealer will trade for anything that don't eat.
We continue here on this Thursday morning. Tim Leeper is with us. Tim Leeper Roofing, modeled Mama's Metal Roofing. And you want to talk some more about roofing this morning or something else?
Yeah, no, we can talk a little more about roofing, and we can talk a little bit more about extracurricular items and the fair and all those things, because I've got something for everything this morning.
Well, speaking of the fair, of course, officially opens at 5 o'clock today, and 10 big days, nights. I guess you'll be frequenting the fair at least a little bit.
Yeah, we're coming tonight. We're coming for the parade, and then we have friends in the pageant tonight. So we're coming to support them, and every year I always give a shout out for this, but the best cheeseburgers in Middle Tennessee can be found in the Rotary booth at the fair. And so if you had never had a Rotary booth cheeseburger, then this may be your year.
Well, you obligated for some time to cook or clean up or do something there?
Yes, sir. We've got the last Saturday. We are going to basically be working 3 to close, and so that's a long night.
Yeah.
It's not anybody's favorite night to work, but we pushed it back as far as we could to give ourselves a chance to catch our breath from the wedding.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that one, and so that one usually gets out. There's times that we won't finish up out there to about midnight. So
well, there's 3 or 4 local entities that I try to push, and your Rotary booth is one of them. Of course, the Lions Club sells hamburgers and cheeseburgers. The 4-Hers have the Chicken Shack, and then of course the Vietnam veterans, Uncle Pete and all of them, they have a lot to eat out there. So if you can support one of them, and I know you're leaning heavily towards Rotary, and some of us might lean a little bit different direction, but any one of those 4, you're helping local people, local entities, and we encourage you to support them all you can. And if nothing else, keep you all busy in the Rotary booth.
That's right. Well, and we do that, but we do a ton. You go to the fair for the food. There just happens to be other things that are going on, but we like the Uncle Pete's. I think they had barbecue last year. I could be wrong about that, but I may be confusing my booths up. But we like that. We like the corn. We like the funnel cakes. We like a little of everything. That's the one week that if you're on a diet, it's kind of out the window.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could talk a little bit more. Let me tell you something here. I was going to tell you this off the air this morning, but had somebody come by my house yesterday, and never seen him before, but he had he was in uniform, so to speak, had the name of his roofing company on there, and wanted to give me a free estimate on my roof. And so kind of reluctantly agreed. I didn't have to say it was nice, nothing underhanded. And this was probably, I'm guessing, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and somebody was going to come by at 4:30 and take a look and give us an estimate on what it would cost to fix the roof, put a new roof on. And they showed up at 4:30 and took a look. They wasn't there but just a little bit, and said, well, it looks pretty good. He never did even give me an estimate. I really don't know what was going on. You run into anything like that?
Yeah, that's a marketing gimmick that they do. They're a modern day version of a telemarketer. They run around and knock on doors and interrupt people's afternoons and tell them that they can get their roof replaced with insurance, or they can give them a price to replace their roof, and the next thing you know, you've signed a contract and you're at the mercy of them working with your insurance company. And we run into that stuff all the time, but we have to do business here, and a lot of those people will file claims on your insurance, whether you have a claim or not, and in hopes that they can just get the insurance company to pay for a roof. I don't know how well that works for their business model, but I can tell you it's a pretty low overhead model. If you don't mind upsetting some people and making some people mad, some of these people, they're going to be there until you buy it, or till you sign their contract, or you throw them out of the house. One of those three.
Well, they must. I don't want to impute any motives here, but I'm guessing. Well, they must have thought I was not going to be there for much foolishness, and saw the handwriting on the wall and just left. I don't know. They were nice, didn't do anything underhanded or anything like that. We told them right up front. I told them, I said, I've got a guy who advertises on the radio with me, and when I get my roof done, he's probably the one that's going to do it. And anyway. I don't think we need anything yet. It's probably going to be another year or two. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out this morning. People,
oh yeah,
you're just better off to deal with somebody local, somebody that you know, somebody that's here in the community, somebody that cooks Rotary Club hamburgers and all that kind of stuff like you do.
Well, I would say so, and we do run into those things from time to time. I get probably about 2 or 3 of those calls a week.
Really?
From people, different places in Nashville and Old Hickory, where our office is. It's on the far edge of Wilson County, and and we do most of my stuff is in Lebanon. And, I get 2 or 3 calls a week saying, hey, this guy's told me that I've got roof damage. Can you come take a look at it? And 9 times out of 10, I go take a look at it, and they don't have any roof damage. But, it's just, it makes them feel better to have somebody they trust to come look at it.
Well, one of the things, and I'll say you've not done any work for me yet, but one of the things that I have felt very good about you, Tim Leeper, is that you tell it like it is, and listening to you talk roofing from time to time when you're on, you can tell that you've been there, done that. You've had a lot of experience. It just shows that you know what you're talking about. You talk about some of these things the average person would not even think of, especially if you've had no roofing experience or anything like that. And another thing, even the cause of leaks sometimes, how that they can be fixed, and you don't necessarily need a new roof. You just need a little roofing repair, which tells me, well, you tell it like it is. You're honest with people, and that goes a long way.
Well, thank you. I've gotten more clients and customers over the years from helping them to save, from a $20,000 roof and just doing a $650 repair that buys them 3 or 4 years more on their roof. And and sometimes what that looks like is they have those 3 or 4 years to budget, or you never know what's going to happen with the weather in the next 3 or 4 years, and there might be bad damage, and don't want to sound like one of these ambulance chasing roofing contractors, but it may be one of those things that you have a hailstorm or a windstorm during that time, and you end up not replacing your roof and just, paying your deductible and getting a new roof. And so you just never know what buying that time does. It's always better to repair your roof when you can repair it, though. And that's not always the most advantageous thing for a roofing contractor to say, but it's the best advice.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking, we've been dealing with inflation an awful lot in the last year or two. And I mean, just about anything you can think of, price has gone up. And does it ever make sense to go ahead and do a roof now in anticipation of it being 10 or 15 or 20% higher a year from now? Does that?
Well, that's there might be a special time that might come into play, and I'll give you an example. I could think of something like this. If we had a particular spike in pricing in asphalt that was coming, and your material prices were going to go up 30%, say on September the 1st, it might make sense at that point to go ahead and order your materials. If nothing else, get the materials ordered and paid for so that you can put it off for the next 3 months or 6 months and have them stored somewhere. We've done that before, in anticipation of big price increases, but it's fairly rare. I will say this: prices of shingles replacements have gone up tremendously over the last 2 years. I would say that the prices have gone up somewhere to the tune of 25% over the last 2 years, and this is across the board. When you ask any contractor, their labor costs have gone up and their material costs have gone up, and once those go up, they typically don't come back down. So it's like your age; they go up, but it never comes back down. Asphalt is much the same, and that's why there's been such credibility in this, the metal roofing that we have found, because the prices have gone so high on asphalt that they've gotten so close to what metal prices are that, a lot of people are just saying, well, if that's no more different than that, I'm just going to go and put the metal roof on.
All right, we've got about a minute left this morning. Tim Leeper is with us. Tim Leeper Roofing, Mama's Metal Roofing. Tim would appreciate a call if he can help you. Give him a call. If you've got a question, he can help you find answers. 615-372-4713. 615-372-4713. And he can talk to you about shingle roofing, about metal roofing, any other questions that you have. And if you come by the Rotary booth, he'll sell you a hamburger. How's that?
That's right. If I'm not selling a hamburger, I may be eating a hamburger.
Well, have a great one. We'll see you again before long, and thanks for being with us this morning. Have a great one.
Thanks, Coleman.
All right, Tim Leeper Roofing, and Mama's Metal Roofing, and that is it for a Thursday. Hope you'll join us tomorrow for the Friday edition, and until then, I wish you a tremendous day.